Hello everybody, this is Amar Jaju and you're watching Discover Nagpur at Nation Next. Today we are here in Nagpur at the House of Hope situated in Christian Colony at Mekosabag. Today on the occasion of a World AIDS Day, I am going to tell you a very interesting story. This is the story of an American citizen named Jerry Hughes who is himself HIV positive. Jerry runs House of Hope, and at House of Hope, he is taking care of at least 21 kids who are HIV positive. Now, most of these kids are orphans. Some of them have been abandoned by their parents because they are HIV positive, and some of them have been abandoned by their parents because they are HIV positive and they cannot take care of them financially. Many of us think that how can a person with HIV positive and having AIDS can lead their lives in a very normal and peaceful way. While that may be the notion to the people at large, but here at House of Hope, Jerry has decided to change that. We are going to go inside House of Hope and I'm going to tell you how these 21 kids and Jerry himself they lead their lives. So earlier I told you about Jerry Hughes who himself contracted HIV in 2004, and since then he has been helping people suffering from the same. In 2004 when Jerry contracted HIV, he left his high paying job in advertising industry in the USA, and since then, since the last 16 years, Jerry has been traveling back and forth from USA to Nagpur to take care of these 21 kids at the House of Hope which Jerry started. So we have Jerry himself over here. We are going to talk to Jerry about House of Hope. First of all, Jerry, tell me why did you choose Nagpur and what changed after you contracted HIV back in 2004?
I think Nagpur actually chose me. So back in 2000, I worked at a nonprofit job before House of Hope, and I oversaw 800 volunteers from 23 countries, and one of those volunteers was from Nagpur. And later on in 2003, he asked me to come and speak at his NGO, and I fell in love with Nagpur. And later, I was diagnosed with HIV, and became home, like a home. For me.
But since you were yourself contracted, you yourself contracted HIV in 2004, I'm sure initially it would have been, devastating for you and you must have felt scared as well. From there to House of Hope, how did you manage the strength and what drove you to help people, who are suffering from the same?
I mean, most of my life I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And so when I was diagnosed with HIV, I was the height of my career, driving my Mercedes and having a good advertising job, and I got this disease. But I'd struggled a lot in life. I was raised by a single mother, and my grandmother raised me many of my years and taught me at a very young age to take care of the widows and the orphans at the time of their distress. And so I remembered that when I was diagnosed with HIV, that something good is going to come from something that potentially could be bad. And I turned it into good.
That's commendable how you look at it. One more thing, there are 21 kids right now currently in Nagpur at House of Hope. You have been taking care of them, you have been providing food, clothing and shelter to them. You have been trying your level best to provide them with a lot of good education. You are also their mother and father at the same time. When you take care of them, they live at the home that you gave them. So how is it dealing with these 21 kids? And do they ask you questions about being HIV positive, and are they scared as well at times?
I would say actually no. We created an environment here that's safe. That you just it's just a normal home where you come. We don't have a big corporate orphanage. I wanted it to be small, and I was raised as an only child. I was raised by a lot of different people in my life, so I realized that it takes a village to care for the kids. So the kids aren't scared because I'm not scared, and we live life to the fullest. We enjoy life, as you see, and I want them to have a good education. I want them to have fun, not be scared of this, and don't let anybody discriminate them either for having HIV, because it doesn't define who we are. It's just something we live with.
So you said that there's no corporate funding, there's no government support, and you're running House of Hope with all the donations that you can get, people who come forward. Uh, these kids over here, they come from different backgrounds. Uh, how hard is it to keep them keep feeling give them that feeling of love, and because I'm sure they have a lot of questions. These are kids. We saw them playing, celebrating birthday. So what kind of questions do they ask you, and how do you deal with them, because you have a mother and father to them at the same time?
They mostly ask me, are we going to McDonald's or KFC today? So, they're kids. They're really normal kids that ask some of the same questions all the time to any parent. And so I don't believe that I'm replacing the parent, but I have been in a role to be a caretaker for these kids. And they are like my own kids. I'm single. Never been married. I have no kids of my own. And so I truly believe that these are like my own kids. And so the questions that are asked aren't really difficult at all. We're just living life, and like I said, McDonald's or KFC.
So I'm sure when these kids met you, it would have been a different situation. I came to know about a particular boy whose parents, both of his parents died from because they had HIV. He himself is visually impaired, and you found him, and people came in touch with you, and you took him in at House of Hope. Uh, how did the transition happen? Because when these kids come to you, you are an American uncle to them, and you're Jerry uncle to them. So how does that transition happen from from the American uncle to the Indian uncle that he takes care of them at House of Hope?
I don't even think that the kids think of me as a foreigner or an American uncle. I think they just know that I'm someone that's stable in their life, loves them, cares for them. And when the kids actually come to us, and we learn of situations all the time. And so one of our boys is blind, who lives at House of Hope. And so I've just always been an uncle to him, someone that he knows that is going to take care of him, and also discipline as well. We don't always have fun and games. We have normal fights and arguments like every family does, and so they just know that I'm stable. I'm going to show up every day, and I'm going to make sure that there's food on the table, and that they get their medications, and they're taken care of.
So you have created the House of Hope family over here. I'm sure it must have been a hell of a journey, and it's a long journey ahead as well. I just want to ask one more thing to you. Today, on the occasion of World AIDS Day, I'm sure many people who are suffering from HIV and who have AIDS as well, they're very scared. They feel that their life is going to end, and how are they going to live their lives? In spite of the awareness that is around, some awareness may not reach to some people. So what kind of message would you like to give them from House of Hope?
Anybody who's living with HIV or AIDS, there's hope. There's always hope that there's treatment available. We live in the year 2020, which has been kind of a crappy year from a COVID perspective, but there is really treatment if you are willing to go through and go get that treatment and get tested. And be diagnosed if you think that you have HIV. You can live a long, normal, healthy life just as you would without HIV.
So everybody, this was Jerry. He told you what House of Hope is all about. Now, from on behalf of Nation Next, on behalf of all of us, on behalf of Jerry, I would like to make a small a request to all of you out there. If you really want to help somebody, if you are inspired by this incredible story on the occasion of World AIDS Day, you have to log on to www.hf hope.org. You can go to the Hughes Foundation website. You can go over there. You can do your bit, because as Jerry said, that they have no corporate funding, they have no government support. House of Hope runs entirely on donation. So you can go over there, you can do your bit. And if anybody out there is suffering from HIV or has AIDS, I'm sure this incredible story of Jerry Hughes' House of Hope and these 21 kids has inspired you. Stay strong. As Jerry said, there's always hope. So this is Amar Jaju at the House of Hope from Nation Next. See you at the next episode of Discover Nagpur at Nation Next pretty soon. Thank you.
Subscribe to Nation Next YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates from Nation Next. Also like Nation Next Facebook page and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.